Breaking news that's sending shockwaves through the nation. Congress has just approved a groundbreaking $5,000 relief plan, with deposits hitting American bank accounts as soon as this Friday. But before you get too excited, there's something crucial you need to know. What if I told you that not everyone who thinks they qualify will actually receive this money? Or that there's a hidden deadline most Americans don't even know about? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly who qualifies, how to ensure you're first in line, and the 3 critical mistakes that could delay your payment by months. Plus, I'll share a little-known loophole that could potentially double your relief amount, something that even financial advisors aren't talking about. Before we dive deep into these game-changing details, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, this relief package is real. And no, it's not like anything we've seen before. The Comprehensive Economic Relief Act of 2025, as it's officially called, passed with a surprising bipartisan vote of 289 to 146 in the House and 67 to 33 in the Senate. But here's what mainstream media isn't telling you about this historic legislation. First, let's break down exactly what this means for you and your family. The $5,000 relief payment isn't just a simple stimulus check, it's actually part of a larger economic recovery initiative designed to combat the ongoing effects of economic pressure on American households. Unlike previous relief programs, this one has specific targeting mechanisms that could either work in your favor or completely disqualify you. You might be wondering why Congress suddenly decided to act now. The answer lies in recent economic data showing that despite overall market stability, nearly 68% of American households are still struggling with increased living costs and stagnant wages. This relief package is designed to address this gap, but there's more to the story than what's making headlines. Here's where things get interesting, and why you need to pay close attention. The distribution system for these payments is unlike anything we've seen in previous relief programs. Instead of the IRS handling everything, they've established a new digital payment distribution system, DPDS, that's supposed to streamline the process. But here's the catch: you need to make sure your banking information is properly registered in this new system. Many Americans don't realize that their previous direct deposit information from past stimulus payments won't automatically transfer to this new system. This is crucial because those who aren't properly registered could face delays of up to 12 weeks in receiving their payment. I'll show you exactly how to check your status and update your information in just a moment. Let's talk about eligibility. The basic requirements might seem straightforward, but there are several nuances that could affect your payment amount. The primary qualifying factors include: the new income thresholds are different from previous relief programs. Single filers earning up to $75,000 and joint filers earning up to $150,000 will receive the full amount. However, there's a gradual phase-out system that extends much higher than previous programs, meaning even those earning up to $120,000 single or $240,000 joint might receive partial payments. Remember that hidden loophole I mentioned earlier? Here's where it gets exciting. The legislation includes a household multiplier provision that few people know about. If you can demonstrate that your household expenses have increased by more than 20% compared to 2023, you might be eligible for an additional payment of up to $2,500. This is separate from the base $5,000 payment, but you need to know exactly how to document and claim this additional amount. Now, let's address some common questions I've been receiving. Many of you have asked whether this relief payment will affect your taxes next year. The short answer is no. These payments are classified as tax-free disaster relief payments under Section 139 of the Internal Revenue Code. However, there are some important considerations regarding how this might interact with other tax credits you're planning to claim. Another frequent question concerns Social Security recipients and disability beneficiaries. Unlike previous programs, this relief package has special provisions for these groups. If you receive Social Security benefits or SSI, you'll automatically receive your payment without having to take any additional steps. However, and this is important, if you've moved or changed banks since your last payment, you need to update your information through the new DPDS portal. Let's talk about the timeline. While the first wave of payments is scheduled to begin this Friday, the reality is that the distribution will happen in phases. Your payment date depends on several factors, including your income level, filing status, and whether you have direct deposit set up. I've created a detailed timeline chart that I'll share in just a moment to help you estimate when you might receive your payment. Here's something crucial that most people miss. There's a verification process built into the system that could flag your payment for review if certain criteria aren't met. The most common triggers for these reviews include recent changes in income, address changes, or discrepancies in tax filing information. To avoid these delays, make sure all your information matches across different government databases. Now, let's discuss the 3 critical mistakes that could delay your payment. First, not updating your address if you've moved in the last 2 years. Second, having outdated banking information in the system. And third, not responding to any verification requests within the specified timeframe. These might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook these details. Speaking of verification, there's a new security measure in place to prevent fraud. Each eligible recipient will receive a unique verification code either by mail or email. This code must be entered into the DPDS portal within 14 days of receipt. Missing this deadline could result in significant delays or even require you to request a manual review of your case. Let's talk about what you should do right now to ensure you receive your payment as soon as possible. First, visit the official DPDS portal website. I'll include the link in the description below. Make sure you're on the official Gov website, as there are unfortunately many scam sites popping up. Once there, you'll need to verify your identity using either your tax return information from 2024 or your social security number. Here's a pro tip that could save you weeks of waiting. If you have multiple bank accounts, make sure to register the one you use most frequently. The system has been known to flag accounts with minimal activity as potential fraud risks, which could trigger a review process. For those of you who are self-employed or have multiple sources of income, there's an additional form you'll need to fill out. This form helps verify your income sources and ensures you receive the correct payment amount. Don't worry if this sounds complicated, I'll walk you through the entire process in my next video. Let's address some concerns about debt and garnishment. Unlike previous stimulus payments, these relief payments have stronger protections against garnishment by private debt collectors. However, there are still some exceptions for child support payments and certain federal debts. If you're concerned about garnishment, there are steps you can take to protect your payment. I'll cover these in detail in a separate video. Here's something interesting about the timing of this relief package. The legislation includes a provision for additional payments if certain economic indicators trigger specific thresholds over the next 18 months. This means there's a possibility of additional relief payments in the future, although they would likely be smaller than this initial $5,000 payment. For parents and guardians, there's additional good news. The relief package includes supplemental payments for dependents under 18. Although these work differently than the main payment, each qualifying dependent could add an additional $1,000 to your total payment. However, there are specific requirements and documentation needed to claim these additional amounts. One aspect that's not getting enough attention is the special provisions for small business owners. If you own a business that was affected by recent economic conditions, you might be eligible for both the individual relief payment and additional business support. This could potentially mean access to additional funds through a separate application process. Let's talk about what you shouldn't do. Don't fall for scams promising to speed up your payment or offering to help you qualify for a larger amount. The government will never ask you to pay a fee to receive your relief payment. Also, be wary of any phone calls or emails claiming to be from the IRS or Treasury Department. They primarily communicate through official mail. For those of you wondering about the economic impact of this relief package, let's look at the bigger picture. This program is part of a broader economic strategy aimed at stimulating consumer spending and providing direct support to households. Economic analysts project that this could lead to a significant boost in consumer confidence and spending over the next few quarters. Looking ahead, it's important to have a plan for these funds. While the immediate relief is welcome, consider using this opportunity to build financial security. This might mean paying down high-interest debt, starting an emergency fund, or investing in your future. I'll be creating a detailed video about smart ways to use your relief payment. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. That's everything you need to know about the new $5,000 relief payment program. Remember, time is of the essence here. Head over to the official DPDS portal today to verify your information. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated on any new developments. I'll be posting daily updates as more information becomes available. Drop a comment below letting me know if you've already checked your eligibility, and share this video with friends and family who might need this information. Remember, knowledge is power, and in this case, it could mean the difference between getting your payment this Friday or waiting months.